How you doing, brother? Say what? Nah. So I got 3 stories I want to share today. I hope y'all can hear me because I'm out on the block. I was walking home and something just told me to share these stories. I got 3 separate stories. They're all related. Now, earlier today when I was in dialysis, I was getting my treatment, a scripture came to my mind, which is Jeremiah 5:3, which basically is, we hate to be corrected. Okay? And even though the Bible instructs us to correct our brother, okay? But we hate it. You know, we do something wrong to somebody and then we want to get mad because they said something about it. It's the most ignorant shit I've ever seen. Like, I personally, I don't have a problem. You say I'm doing wrong and you show me, hey, yeah, you're wrong. Okay, no problem. My bad, I'll correct that. But, you know, that's how I grew up. You know, my peoples that had no problem telling us kids, you wrong. And that's the end of it. But nowadays, these kids, and it's not even just the kids, it's just in society with our people, they always, as soon as somebody tell them they're doing something wrong, they want to get defensive and want to lash out, and sometimes they want to get violent and disrespectful just because somebody simply told them that they was wrong. And why? I'm not just saying, hey, you wrong and I'm walking away. I'm telling you, hey, here's why you're wrong. Okay, so first story is I stopped by Taco Bell to get something to eat. So they asked for my name. The girl at the register asked for my name. Real nice and polite. So I told her my name, Van. No, I told her my name was Van, and she spelled it. She said V-A-N. So I know she spelled it correctly. Okay. So the guy was getting ready to hand me my order, and he pronounced my name Von, V-O-N. So I said to him, Von is pronounced V-O-N, not V-A-N. So then he started to say something, snap back, and then he caught himself and said, oh, that's what I said. I said Von. Then he said Van. I said, aha. See, Van is differently spelled from Von. Von is V-O-N. Then he proceeds to say, oh, well, that's just how I talk. I said, brother, listen. If you made a mistake, you made a mistake, but don't try to justify your mistake because you yourself know you made a mistake. That's why you corrected yourself and you pronounced it correctly the 3rd time. But the first 2 times you said Von, and without me saying a word of how my name is pronounced correctly, he said Van. I didn't say Van to him. He said Van to me. So my thing is this, and what I said to him, I said, you know, we got rules. The language, and I say this all the time, we got rules out here. The English language has rules. Words mean something. They're pronounced a certain way. When you look at a dictionary on how a word is pronounced, it tells you it's a phonetic spelling. Von, V-O-N, is phonetically different from Van. So my thing is this, like I said to him, is like, listen, I don't even know if I could trust you to make my food. Because if you can't spell a 3-letter word correctly, how can I trust that you preparing the food correctly? How could I trust that? And he confused. I'm like, is what I'm asking for unreasonable here? But you offended me by spelling my name correctly. It's either one of 3 reasons why you spelled my name, why you pronounced my name incorrectly. Either you can't read, that's one. You don't understand the difference between the A and the O. So maybe you can't read. Maybe you failed English all your life. Okay, and then somehow, you know, you got a job at a restaurant. I don't know how that works, but okay. Then the second reason is you purposely said my name incorrectly. Okay, maybe you was trying to be funny. I don't know. I'm 43 years old this year. 5 times in my life, and this is one of them, that I've ever had anybody read my name incorrectly. I've had people say my name incorrectly, but after you see the spelling, I've never had, only 5 times have people actually see it spelled V-A-N and spell it and pronounce it incorrectly. So is it unreasonable to think, oh, you're trying to be funny? But I didn't do that. I tried to consider his perspective. Okay? And the other one is that you're ignorant. Maybe you just don't know how words are pronounced. But don't blame it on that's just how I talk. It doesn't work that way. The language has a reason. Okay? So some of you may be thinking, oh, you making a big deal out of nothing and this and that. No, I didn't make a big deal about it. I just said, hey, my name is pronounced Van. I just said it. You know, or I just said, you pronounced my name incorrectly, is what I said. You're a professional. You got a job in customer service, and your job is to read people's names using the English language. Is it my fault that he can't do his job well? That's not my fault. So why shouldn't I be offended that somebody said my name wrong? And my name is not a tricky name. Now, if my name was tricky, I could understand. Okay, yeah, I get that all the time. I don't. Not after somebody reads my name to me. Okay? Now, I go down the street. I'm still walking home. And I go in Rite Aid. Is it Rite Aid? No, Walgreens. Excuse me, Walgreens. And I was getting something. The guy wanted to card me. Okay? So my thing, I had never been carded, and I've been going to the store for over 3 years. I had never been carded before. So I say to him, I say, you know, I'm over 40, right? Because the sign used to say they had to card anybody who was under 40. I'm clearly not under 40, okay? But anyway, so instead of him just saying that they changed it, I didn't know this. Now they have to card everybody. I don't know if that's the company policy or if that's the law, but either way, all he had to say is to me, after I told him, I had been coming in here 3 years, bruh. I had never been carded before. I ain't had no problem. I whipped out my ID, but, you know, again, I'm thinking he's trying to be funny because I clearly don't look under 40. All he had to say was, yo, yeah, man, they changed it, man. We got to ask everybody. So as I was walking out, there was an older lady who was right behind me, and she looked to be maybe in her 60s or 70s, and he carded her too. So me and her was talking outside, and she says, yeah, that's something new they started. She had to tell me that this is something new they're doing. She says, I noticed that too. The last couple of times I've been here this month, they just started doing that to me. But she was like, I understand what she was asking him, like, why? But again, instead of him just allow me to correct him or him correcting me, he could have corrected me and said, hey, brother, they just changed the sign. Or they just changed our policy. Or they changed the law. We have to do this now. I apologize. And that would have been the end of it. Okay? But he wants to justify himself. Okay? Because again, we hate to be corrected. So now he wants to like I offended him. Because they're doing something they've never done before. Okay? Third instance. I'm getting ready to cross the street. I'm at the corner of Freedom Drive and Ashley. That's right across the street from Wendy's. I'm adjacent to Wendy's, okay? Oh, shit. So I'm adjacent to Wendy's. The wind is real bad. Hold on. Wow, this wind is rough right now. So anyway, I hope y'all can hear me. So I waited for the light to change, and it's a turning signal. So when the turning signal came on, the little white man in the sign popped on and let me know I could walk. So I start walking, and the person making a right turn blows their horn at me because they're trying to turn, and I guess I wasn't walking fast enough in it. So I say to them, like, you wrong, not me, because they had their window down. And they're going to be like, oh, how am I wrong? Again, we got rules out here. When you make a right turn, okay, when you're making a right turn and somebody's walking, what does the law say? The law says you have to yield to the pedestrian. Okay? So how am I wrong? I'm a pedestrian. I'm in the crosswalk. I waited for the light. I'm doing what I supposed to have done. But they thought I was wrong because they felt like they had the right of way, some kind of way. And I guess I was supposed to wait for all of the cars to go and then the light change again. But my point is with this whole video is that scripture came to my mind for a reason. And then right after I posted it and I leave the place, 3 examples of that. 3 examples of that situation happened. I just found that real amazing, that our people, no matter what they doing wrong, and even when they know they wrong, they will try to defend themselves. Or they will try to lash out at you because you corrected them. And they know they're wrong. Over and over again. That was just 3 examples that I gave of the situation. But over and over again, you get that from people. Stop being like that, black people. Somebody trying to correct you and show you the right with the truth. I'm not giving them no bullshit. I'm telling them the truth. I'm not lying to these people. But if somebody's giving you the truth, you're supposed to listen and allow yourself to be corrected. Or even if you don't, listen. And if you ain't got to agree with me or not, but listen. But if somebody's trying to correct at you and they're showing you or telling you why, giving you an example of why you're wrong, just accept it. But this generation, particularly these young kids coming up, you can't tell them nothing and they know they're wrong. It's so sad. And we wonder why we got so many problems in our community. We wonder why. Because we don't want to accept correction. But then when a white man is correcting you and putting you in a correctional facility, that's okay. And you wonder why that happens. A lot of the times. Not every time, but a lot of the times, I ain't do nothing. You ask somebody in jail, what you do to get in here? I ain't do nothing. I'm innocent. 90% of the time, that's what they're going to say. That's not who we are, people. That's some shit that we learned from our oppressors. They taught us that because that's their ideology. Look at our president. Okay? Perfect example. Look at all his boys, all the Republicans. They be wrong. They not following their own rules. They not following their own rules. And they don't want to be corrected. Even though they not following their own rules. It's right there in black and white. They made the rules. And then somebody tried to correct them. You saw that, like I said before, with Maxine Waters week before last, I think. She was straightening out the secretary, which she told him, you free to leave. You can leave. He was telling her, I got to go, I'm busy. She said, you're free to leave whenever you want. You're free to leave. I want you to stay, but if you got to go, you got to go. And he just couldn't understand what she was saying to him. I don't know how that's not clear, but that's what she was saying to him. Allow yourself to be corrected, people. Follow V.